This is the burial place of Moses Greeley Parker. It's a mausoleum. It's a structure built above ground to hold the remains of the decedents buried inside. Moses Greeley Parker was born in Drake, Massachusetts in 1842. He attended Harvard Medical School and graduated in 1863, right in the middle of the Civil War. He immediately joined the United States Army as a regimental surgeon and was assigned to Petersburg, where a large battle was fought. He not only fought in the trenches with the men of his regiment, but then he was assigned to set up the largest Union hospital of the war in that part of Virginia. After the war, Parker returned to Drake. He recuperated from his service, and then he opened a practice of medicine. He specialized in diseases of the eye. In fact, he spent at least a year in Vienna, Austria, learning specialization in that field. He became a very prominent eye doctor, and he bought a house in which he lived his entire life on First Street, which is now the Lowell Lawrence Boulevard, and right next to what we know as the Bridge Street or John Cox Bridge. Besides his medical practice, Parker also had an interest in technology, and that's what drew him to a demonstration that occurred in 1876 in Huntington Hall, which was Lowell's version of the Lowell Memorial Auditorium at the time. And the person making the presentation was Alexander Graham Bell, and the invention he was presenting was the telephone. Parker immediately saw the value of the telephone, and he bought two, one for his office, one for his house. And then he started investing heavily in telephone company stock. In fact, several decades later, Parker was the biggest shareholder in New England Telephone and Telegraph Company. One day, Parker learned that there was a measles epidemic that was sweeping across Massachusetts. And he feared that the 4 female telephone operators who worked at a central station, who were key to the operation of the system, might become quarantined, which would thereby shut down the telephone system. And it would, because these women knew exactly which line connected to which person's telephone. Now, Parker came up with the idea that if you assigned numbers to each one of the lines, it would be easier for a replacement operator to take over the system. And that's the first known use of a number for a telephone. So Moses Greeley Parker is noted as the inventor of the telephone number. Later in life, he kind of gave up his medical practice. He became a director of the telephone company. He married. He had no children. He became very philanthropic. In his will, he left his estate to his nephew, Theodore Edson Parker, but it was contingent on the money being used for charitable purposes. And it created the Parker Foundation, which is still in operation today and still gives generous donations to many entities in Lowell. And he also endowed the Parker Lecture Series, which for many years has brought informative and entertaining lectures and films to the people of Lowell. So this is the burial place of Moses Greeley Parker here at Lowell Cemetery.